Hello, my name is Elizabeth Robertson, and I am Jeremy's ESC teacher. As you know, Jeremy is now 15 years old. He is in the 10th grade and is currently enrolled in a mix of both mainstream intensive reading and math courses and my ESC self-contained classroom. Just due to his mild to moderate intellectual disability and also his speech and language impairment. I have observed that Jeremy is extremely social and is very eager to learn and also really enjoys helping in the class, which is really nice. He's always asking, can we pass out papers? Can we help, erase the board? Or he's even offered to help sweep up after certain art projects, which is really nice. Although Jeremy does tend to get a little easily distracted in some social situations, as easily as he is distracted, it is just as easy to refocus him back onto the topic at hand. So that's a pretty nice thing. He does require a modified curriculum in all areas, but especially his math and English language arts courses. And the specific learning targets for this past 9 weeks have been using money and giving proper change, and also categorizing money according to its value. As after high school, Jeremy has expressed a desire to either get a vocational degree in maybe mechanics or work in a retail setting. I've created a PowerPoint presentation for us to follow along in this meeting. And so if we go to the second slide, you can see that this is his performance in the first 9 weeks of this school year in the specific subject area of the money and coin and coin value as well as getting change. And while he did show some improvement, mostly he was under our target proficiency level of 70%. So he was improving until about week 5. I think, I do remember this week, he was very distraught, just was upset. He mentioned something about Mrs. Whiskerson, his cat, being really sick. So I have a feeling that had something to do with that pretty sharp regression that you notice around week 5. But he was still under our 70% proficiency level. But if we go to the next slide, my cohorts and I met, and we discussed that maybe a different strategy should be used with Jeremy, as he talks all the time about video games, and specifically one named Destiny that he talks about. So he does really enjoy computer-based gaming. So we started using computer-based instruction with Jeremy, as he really seems to enjoy being on the computer and using that type of technology. And these are his favorite games that we've found, and links to those games so you can access them at home. He does really, he seems to do the best at Peter Pig, and also adding money are his best, and the ones that he seems to enjoy the most. And at the next slide, this is the data that we had collected over the past 9 weeks, and you can see the dramatic improvement in his scores. The first week was a little bit of a learning curve, but then he shot up to over the 70% and has pretty much maintained that 70% or better proficiency level. The difficulty level did increase as we went along, which explains a little bit of a dip in the scores, but he still maintained that 70% proficiency level. And actually, because of this data, he is now approved to start working at the school store once a day for 30 minutes, which we can also, if he enjoys it, if he maintains a proper performance level in the school store, we can even increase that time if he so desires. On to the next slide. We also use pretend coins, paper bills, to do real-life simulations of customer transactions to give Jeremy a little bit more of a real-life simulation, and we also give word problems to have him figure out what he might have to do in certain situations. Like I said, I've already mentioned the school store, which is another way we do that. And then the next slide are a few strategies that we have implemented for Jeremy. The first strategy is that instead of giving Jeremy written word problems, we give him video or even auditory word problems, because his reading comprehension is not where it needs to be. He's not able to accurately show what he knows, because he does know how to answer a lot of these questions that are given to him. He just doesn't understand. He's not able to comprehend what the question is asking him, because of just the way it's presented to him. So we present it in a different way, and his scores have improved vastly. The next slide, I also give him a lot of feedback, and I assess him constantly in a formative way. It's not for a grade, but I'm constantly, just in the structure that we use, the way we conduct our classes, I'm constantly evaluating his performance and his improvement, and I'm able to give him almost instant feedback. And I also do my best to hand back homework the very next day, so he knows exactly what he did wrong, and can fix it promptly. And the last slide discusses just some research about the computer-based instruction, about how it not only improves student outcomes, but it also improves student attitudes, which I feel is extremely important, to give them a more positive outlook on those areas that they do struggle in, and his math and ability and handling money has improved very quickly. And since the strategy is so effective in the math area, we are actually looking into expanding the computer-based instruction into other subject areas for Jeremy. Alright, well, that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for meeting with me. And Jeremy is an absolute pleasure to have in the classroom. I enjoy him immensely. And if there's anything that I can do to help him succeed in whatever endeavors he has, I'm absolutely willing to do so. I have given you my contact information. Please feel free to contact me, email me at any time, and I will get back with you, and we can do whatever we can to help Jeremy succeed. All right. Thank you so much. Have a good day.